Water for Elephants by Sara Gruen. The narrative alternates between the experiences of Jacob Jankowski as a very old man living in a nursing home and his vibrant, dangerous youth spent with a traveling circus during the Great Depression. 93-year-old Jacob Jankowski resides in the assisted living wing of a nursing home, grappling with the indignities and monotony of old age. His body is failing, his memory plays tricks, and he feels increasingly irrelevant, filed away like a forgotten object. His days are marked by tasteless food, routine check-ins, and the company of other elderly residents, mostly widows. He clings fiercely to his remaining independence, often clashing with the nursing staff. The arrival of a circus setting up in a nearby park ignites a flood of memories, both thrilling and painful, from a past he rarely speaks of. He finds himself particularly irritated by a fellow resident, Joseph McGinty, who claims he used to carry water for the elephants. A common boast Jacob knows to be physically impossible and a lie. This leads to a confrontation where Jacob calls McGinty a liar and an old coot, resulting in Jacob being confined to his room, further fueling his sense of isolation and frustration. Yet, the circus nearby keeps pulling his thoughts back 70 years. The story flashes back to 1931. 23-year-old Jacob Jankowski is a veterinary student at Cornell University. Just days away from his final exams, he is intelligent but inexperienced, nursing a crush on the unattainable Catherine Hale. His world shatters when Dean Wilkins summons him from a lecture to inform him that his parents have been killed in a car accident. Returning home to Norwich, New York, Jacob makes the heartbreaking identification and then discovers the devastating truth of his family's finances. His father, a kind veterinarian, had been accepting goods instead of cash during the Depression, and the family home and practice were heavily mortgaged to pay Jacob's Ivy League tuition. The bank forecloses, leaving Jacob utterly destitute and orphaned. He returns briefly to Cornell, adrift and unable to focus on his studies. During his final exam, overwhelmed by grief and the pointlessness of it all, he walks out, leaving his education unfinished. With no home, no family, and no prospects, he walks aimlessly until he reaches the railroad tracks outside town and impulsively jumps onto a passing train in the dead of night. This is no ordinary freight train. Jacob soon discovers he has landed on the moving quarters of the Benzini brothers' most spectacular show on Earth, a second-rate traveling circus struggling to survive the Depression. He is immediately confronted by Blackie, a menacing security man ready to throw him off, but is saved by the intervention of Camel, a wizened, arthritic old roustabout with a kindly nature despite his rough exterior. Camel takes Jacob under his wing, recognizing he's not a typical bum. He introduces Jacob to his companions, Grady and Bill, and explains the harsh realities and strict hierarchy of circus life: the performers, kinkers, and the workers, roustabouts. Camel promises to introduce Jacob to the formidable circus owner, Uncle Al Bunkle, hoping to secure him a job. The next morning, the circus lot transforms from empty field to bustling canvas city with astonishing speed. Jacob witnesses the organized chaos of unloading wagons, raising tents, and caring for animals. Camel gets Jacob temporary work mucking out stock cars under the supervision of Crazy Joe, a man missing several fingers and rumored to have a prison past. Later, Jacob is assigned to help Cecil, the booming-voiced sideshow talker, drumming up business among the local townspeople, rubes. He also works briefly as security for the Cooch tent, where the voluptuous redhead Barbara performs scandalous stripteases for eager men. During a brief moment near the menagerie tent, Jacob catches his first glimpse of Marlena. She is ethereal in pink sequins, tending to her liberty horses, radiating a grace that captivates him instantly. He also sees her with August, the show's equestrian director, a handsome man in top hat and tails who exudes authority. Marlena reveals August's unpredictable nature and violent moments, hinting at a deeper psychological instability. Their affair begins tentatively, stolen moments fraught with peril. August, revealed later by Uncle Al to be a paranoid schizophrenic, becomes increasingly suspicious and possessive. His behavior swings wildly between effusive charm and terrifying rage. The precariousness of their situation intensifies. Camel develops Jake leg, a paralysis caused by contaminated ginger extract. Jacob and Walter hide him, terrified he'll be red-lighted. Walter manages to contact Camel's estranged son, who agrees to meet the train in Providence and take the old man home. Jacob learns the grim reality of red lighting. Men deemed useless or costly are thrown from the moving train, often over trestles, to ensure they disappear permanently. During a stop, Jacob and Marlena manage a night together in a hotel room. It's a night of passionate connection and shared vulnerability, cementing their love and their resolve to leave the circus together, though they agree to wait until Providence for Camel's sake. Uncle Al, aware of the tension, attempts to manipulate Jacob into reconciling Marlena and August, threatening Walter and Camel's safety if Jacob doesn't cooperate. Jacob pretends to agree, buying them precious time. The situation spirals towards disaster. August's paranoia peaks. After Rosie is caught stealing lemonade again, August beats her savagely. Later, suspecting Jacob and Marlena, he confronts them in Marlena's dressing tent, destroying Rosie's newly made headpiece and attacking Marlena. Jacob intervenes, leading to a brutal fight that spills out onto the lot before Earl, the head of security, breaks it up and drags August away. That night, Jacob, armed with Walter's knife, stalks August through the train cars, intending to kill him as he sleeps. However, seeing August vulnerable and alone, hugging Marlena's pillow, Jacob cannot go through with it. He leaves the knife on the pillow as a silent message and retreats. When he returns to the stock car, he finds it empty except for a terrified Queenie. Walter and Camel are gone. Earl confirms the worst. They, along with 8 other men, were red-lighted over a trestle during the night. Walter and Camel did not survive. Devastated and enraged, Jacob knows he and Marlena must escape immediately. He finds Marlena in the cookhouse the next morning and tells her they must leave that day. She reveals she is pregnant. As the evening show begins, the tension is unbearable. August, his face bruised and misshapen, forces Marlena to perform the elephant act with Rosie. In the center ring, Rosie senses the danger and refuses to perform. August loses control, waving his cane menacingly. Rosie bolts, rampaging toward the back entrance. August pursues her. Men try to intervene, but Blackie pins Jacob down. August catches Marlena, throws her over his shoulder, and carries her off. The menagerie erupts into chaos. Grady and Bill, roustabouts loyal to Camel and disgusted by the red lighting, release the animals from their cages and dens, inciting a massive stampede. Animals pour into the big top, scattering the terrified audience. In the swirling pandemonium of the menagerie, Jacob watches as Rosie, calm amidst the chaos, retrieves her leg steak, lifts it deliberately, and brings it down squarely on the back of August's head, killing him instantly. She then gently steps over Marlena, who has fainted, protectively shielding her body. In the aftermath, the Benzini brothers' circus collapses. Uncle Al disappears, leaving the performers and workers stranded. The sheriff impounds the equipment and animals. Jacob, using quick thinking and exploiting Rosie's Polish commands, pretending she's useless in English, manages to convince the sheriff and the manager of the rival Nessie Brothers Circus that Rosie is his personal property and worthless to them. Marlena similarly reclaims her Liberty horses through sheer force of will. With the help of friends like Diamond Joe and Greg, the Polish worker, they gather Rosie, the horses, Bobo the orangutan, and Queenie. Jacob contacts Cornell, arranging to return and complete his degree. The aged Jacob finishes recounting his story to Charlie O'Brien, the manager of the modern circus visiting the town. He explains how he and Marlena joined Ringling Brothers, raised 5 children, and eventually retired to run the veterinary practice at Chicago's Brookfield Zoo, taking Rosie and Queenie with them. Marlena has since passed away. Moved by Jacob's incredible life, Charlie offers him a job selling tickets. Back in the present day, Jacob, feeling utterly abandoned after his family fails to show up for their planned circus outing, decides he's had enough of the nursing home. Fueled by the memories rekindled by the nearby Big Top and Charlie's offer, 93-year-old Jacob Jankowski grabs his walker and heads determinedly towards the circus grounds. Having run away with the circus once in desperation, he chooses to do it again, this time reclaiming his life and heading towards a place where he feels he truly belongs. He is going home. If you enjoyed this book breakdown, please consider liking this video and subscribing to get notified when we post our next book.